Are you ready to create a life you crave? Let's spin that doom loop of negativity into an upward success cycle and start living lucky.
Good morning!
I'm Jana.
I'm Jason.
And we are living lucky. I hope you are too.
Happy Friday.
Woo!
I should have said happy Saturday. I know.
What is that?
I got a little blemish.
I think you're perfect just
I
the
am
way you
perfect.
are. Today we're talking about lying to ourselves.
And lying to your spouses.
I don't lie to you. Do I lie to you?
Yeah, I'm sure you do.
Really? I just pointed out your zit. Now,
My
that's
little-
me being brutally honest.
She says I don't like to nitpick, but
I'm not the one that picked that.
I did.
Someone else picked
I
that.
literally woke myself up last night picking.
Oh, you're picking in your sleep. You're zit picking. Ah.
I'm picking in my sleep. It could be worse, right?
Yeah. What do you find your spouse doing in the middle of the night? Maybe that should be the question.
It could be worse.
Hey, good morning, Janelle. Janelle is here from Kansas. And Andu.
Good morning, Andu.
What is up, lovies? He says,
We're
what's
hitting
up,
the yellow on the
lovies?
volume.
Oh, okay. Well, turn it down. Turn it down. Sheila, good morning. And Julie. This morning, I ask you, are you lying to yourself? And the reason I bring this up is because I'm going to call Jason out again. Yeah, that's me being brutally honest.
I don't mind getting called out.
Jason's had this guitar for ever since I've
20
known
years.
him. Yes. We have lugged this guitar from closet to closet,
I've
corner
loved
to
it from
corner.
apartment to house to our house together to this
new
house.
house. This guitar goes everywhere.
I've changed the strings 3 or 4 times.
Often you'll hear him say, I've always wanted to learn to play the guitar. I've always wanted to learn to play the guitar. Yeah, one day I'm going to learn to play the guitar. Well, recently a friend of ours said, are you really going to learn to play the guitar? Because I could teach you to play the guitar, but it feels to me like you don't really want to learn. Otherwise, it wouldn't be 20 years that you've been lugging this guitar around.
Wanting to play the guitar.
Stop lying to yourself. And Jason all of a sudden had an aha moment.
Yeah, it was one of those things because so often we say, I want to do this, I want to do that, or just anything like that. But the thing is, there's a lot of work involved in some things that we want to do. And do we really want to do it, or are we romanticizing about wanting to do it and not wanting to put the work in? So we do this on our New Year's resolutions. We don't put a lot of thought and emotion into it and put a why behind it. So there's all kinds of things. So it just becomes
a wish.
Yeah.
Oh, I wish. Oh, one day. Well, one day isn't on the calendar. We have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. One day is not on the calendar.
You have to make a plan for things.
And you have to stop lying to yourself. How many times do you say, oh, I'm gonna start a workout plan tomorrow. And then tomorrow comes and it just doesn't quite fit in your day.
I'm going to get up at 4:30.
And so you think, oh, you know what? I'll start next week. Well, here's the thing. Every single time that you lie to your brain has a bullshit detector. And excuse my language.
I can smell it. Your face
But
has
it
a
does.
bullshit detector.
Your brain has this detector inside. And every time you lie to yourself, you distrust yourself just a little bit more. Now, this is why it's so important to bring this to the foresight, is once your brain says, oh, you know what? They don't really mean it. Then when you really do want to do something, you don't trust your own gut. You don't trust your own tuition. You don't trust yourself. You don't even trust your own word. I went through this. This happened to me. I went through a period where...
Donuts.
No, but it had to do with friends. And it had to do with, oh yeah, let's go have lunch next week. And then that was just the way we said goodbye. Oh yeah, maybe we'll have lunch next week.
Let's get together.
yeah, let's get together. Let's do that. Yeah, sure. I'll come. Just let me know when. Let me know when. I was very loose with my vocabulary of giving people invitations and RSVPs. I'm like, oh yeah, sure. I'll be there. Yeah. And then I realized people started canceling on me. And I would plan something. In fact, one day I planned to have a group of ladies over to paint Easter eggs together. I know, you're like, oh, Jana, what's it like to be in your friend circle? But
It's
I
fun.
did.
It's fun to be in your friend circle.
I planned this event to paint Easter eggs together, and only 2 people showed up, and everyone else said, oh, you know what? I just can't fit it into my schedule. Oh, even though they told me they were going to be there.
And somebody blew a ton of Easter eggs that a couple days before that, like a week going up.
When
to
he
that.
says blow, he means like we poke holes in them and we
blow
the yolks out. We're like, oh, spittle just came out.
Nice.
But anyway, and I always make Jason do it because
I've got
hurts.
lungs of steel.
He does. At any rate, when everyone canceled on me, it was like putting a mirror in front of my face. And I realized, oh, you know what? The reason people are canceling, the reason people aren't showing up for me is because I haven't been showing up for them. I have been lying. I've been lying to everybody. Oh yeah, sure, I'll do that.
I'll be there.
And then I get in my car and I'm like, oh God, I don't really want to do that. So the reason this is so important is because you're not only training yourself, but you're training the people around you as well on how to treat you.
Well, there's a compounding effect.
Yes.
So it's not the one thing really. So how you do anything is how you do everything in a sense. And that is true, but it just compounds over time. So it's one of those things where it becomes easy the more you do it.
Yeah.
And it becomes easy the more you're honest with yourself as well. So when you tell yourself that, like Jana, in 2015, I think it was, you told yourself, I'm going to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning.
I did.
That first morning, it was tough. Actually, you had energy that first morning. Like you were like, I'm on fire.
It was week 2, 3, and 4. Though that was the period where I was like, I don't know if I can do it.
But you had built up the mental fortitude to do it, and you kind of had built up a streak of being honest with yourself.
Yes.
And you're like, okay, I've done it for 2 weeks now. I'm not going to break that streak.
That is true. That is true. And once you start sticking to your word, it builds not only confidence,
character,
but competence. You're like, I can do this. I can do this. And it gives you just that little extra momentum to keep moving forward. And then when things do get hard, you look back and you go, well, look how I've already been getting up now at 4 o'clock for the last
6 years.
So I might as well, like, I don't want to stop now. Why stop now? It's working for me. It is working for me. So when you just decide, I mean, I literally came to a point.
And now when 12 o'clock gets here, we've got an 8-hour day in, and it feels amazing to think of all the things that we've gotten done in that 8 hours. And most people have got 4 hours in. Y'all would fit right in here in the Villages.
For those of you that don't know, the Villages is where all the old people in Florida
I don't
live.
know if we're having enough sex for that.
And that's funny. They have the most sex of anyone in the United States is in the Villages because they're all retired. They're all old. And they're like, hey, let's
have a meetup.
Let's get to know people. And you know what? You don't have to worry about getting anyone pregnant or... Did you almost spit out your coffee?
I almost did.
At any rate, back to lying to
I don't
yourself.
know if they're blowing eggs up there.
Oh, stop. Too far. Back it up, Shelfer. To bring this full circle, I went through a time in my life and I just decided I'm going to be my own leader and I'm going to keep my word to myself because a good leader keeps their word. I spend the most time with me, right? I spend the most time with me. You spend the most time with you. So it is very important the way we talk to ourselves, the way we treat ourselves, the way we love ourselves, the way we keep to our word. It's integrity. It's integrity.
I'm
That's
so
what it
glad
is.
you brought that up, because another part of lying to yourself is telling yourself you're not good enough, telling yourself you're not ready, that you can't do something, because adding the word yet to the end of a lot of our conversations, like, I can't do this, I can't do it yet. Because so many times we're telling ourselves these little micro lies.
Yeah, they're micro lies.
And it's,
so here's the thing. We tell ourselves micro lies, and then the line gets blurred.
And our brain believes it. So I can't play the guitar. My brain goes, okay, you're right. You can't play the guitar. Well, if I say I can't play the guitar yet, my brain goes, okay, you're right. You can't play the guitar yet. What do we need to do about that?
And to finish that story is, I'm so proud of you, because Jason, as soon as he was called out by our friend Lisa, then Jason said, I'm going tomorrow and I'm getting that guitar tuned up, and I'm going to get the strings so that they actually sound okay.
They were dead. They were dead strings. And I didn't kill them. Just time killed them. But I got them all tuned up, and my fingers are sore and hurt. But I think, so Sheila said I would have more luck with a ukulele. I do think that I want to switch to a ukulele.
I know. I want to play the ukulele too.
Ukulele.
Ukulele.
We got corrected by...
if you start the ukulele, then maybe you can teach me.
By Augie. Augie corrected us on ukulele.
Yeah, but we better be careful what we say, because we need to stick to our word. Yeah. Otherwise, our brains won't believe us.
That's right.
All right, guys. Happy Friday. I hope you all enjoy your weekend. It is fall here in Florida. The weather is nice. I was out early this morning, and the moon was spectacular. The moon was absolutely majestic. So I think we might be going to a pumpkin patch this weekend.
I like going to pumpkin patches, and I might get a ukulele to go out there and play pumpkin songs.
He doesn't know how to play yet. Where do I turn this off? Okay, I'm going to say goodbye now, okay, while Jason turns this off. I love you guys. Thank you for being here.
Have a great weekend.
If the idea of living lucky appeals to you, visit us at startlivinglucky.com.